Heck yeah! Well, my name's Dave and this is the Pennant Racing channel, and this is the first video in the series of making this XC300, the new one, 2023, fast and solving all its issues. Now, I might take this to Bonneville this year, to the Bonneville Speed Week, and you have to hold it wide open for 1 mile and see how fast you can go. Now, I'm not going to set any land speed records in this class, but just being able to hold this thing wide open for 1 mile and not explode it is a feat in itself. If you think they're great, they got some issues. A good way to describe that is, I don't know what you've had for bikes, but maybe back in 2018 when you sold your carbureted bike and you bought the new TPI bike, and then later you kind of wished you'd just, maybe spent the money on a better carburetor on that other bike and kept it and avoided all the issues. This could be kind of the same thing. So before maybe you rush out and buy one, you should take a look at this dyno graph here of this bike, which is the smaller of the two graphs, versus the TPI bike with just the injector relocation block on it that we sell and the different reflashed ECU. Take a look at this graph. Quite the big improvement, with the other bike for 500 bucks, and you can get those things cheaper now, versus this bike. Other issues with this bike are the piston comes too close to the crankshaft. It's a bottom dead center. It's about 1 millimeter away. So if you've seen these pictures all over the internet, maybe with the cylinder heads exploded out of the bike, or just top ends just junked, if you wonder why you can't buy any parts, it's because you can't spin a crank at 8,000 RPM and run a piston into it that might touch it, when you're really revving or stressing these things out on a motocross track, and expect not bad things to happen. So there's a big reason they blow right there. On top of that, this bike has too much compression. The timing's too high on it. They rev fast, but they hit a wall on the top end. You can't have all that pressure in there and not expect bad things to happen. This bike has actually been put together wrong and shipped wrong because the squish band clearance is off. The squish band on this is 2 millimeters or 80,007 inch. It should be 90,007 inch or 2.3 millimeters. So when it was assembled at the factory and they spaced that with different base gaskets, the base gaskets that are available, well, this one apparently slipped. And since I live at sea level, the compression really shouldn't be, in the 210 range. So that's an issue, and you wouldn't know that if I didn't tell you that or show you how to fix it. But we'll get through all that stuff. So anyhow, we're gonna take this baby apart and we're gonna trim the bottom of the piston off just to make sure when we do run or do get on it, we don't wad this dude up. Thanks a lot for watching. Hold tight.